This meditation, this little reflection is from Romans chapter 4, verse 25. I'll read it for you. He was delivered over to death for our sins and was raised to life for our justification. So it's Romans 4:25. Now notice it's a very simple verse in a way. On one side, we've got he was delivered over to death. On the other side, he was raised to life. Delivered over to death, raised to life. Why was he delivered over to death? Well, it says in the verse, he was delivered over to death for our sins, because of our sins. In other words, our sins needed dealt with. We would be in terrible trouble, hell-bound, if our sins weren't dealt with. He was delivered over to death for our sins. But then on the other side, he was raised to life. What for? Well, for our justification, so that we could stand before God fully clothed in righteousness, so that there would be nothing against us, but not just that, so that there would be everything for us, every good thing for us. And who's the centre of it? It's almost easy to miss this. Who's the centre of it? Well, it's Jesus himself. He was delivered over to death, and he was raised to life. He was delivered over to death because if our sins had been left undealt with, we would have no hope. So God delivered him, God handed him over. Christ offered himself to be killed so that our sins wouldn't hold us down, bring us to hell. But then the amazing outcome, he was raised to life. He was resurrected to life. Why? Again, not for himself, for our justification, so that we could be clothed with righteousness, so that we would be free, not just from sin, but free for pleasing God. We're joined to Jesus Christ. He dies for our sins. He raises to life for our justification. It's amazing if we just pause and think about this for a moment. What was wrong? Well, we were wrong. Who was perfect? Who was in unapproachable glory? Jesus was. Yet he handed himself over to pay for the sins that we'd committed, so that we would be raised. Not just struggle to manage to cope, so that we would be raised to immortal life with Jesus himself. It's almost as if Jesus grabbed us, plunged us into his death, but brought us up with him, not just up back to the earth, but up to heaven with him. He was delivered over to death for our sins. He was raised to life for our justification.